Hi and welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Vince. Thanks for stopping by. You're very welcome here indeed. So intermittent fasting and time restricted feeding, very much in the zeitgeist at the moment. I myself practice the 16-8 protocol. There's another type called the 5-2 diet, which has become very popular in the last decade or so. There's now been a study into the efficacy of the 5-2 diet compared to other types of dieting regimes. Enough loafing off me. Let's jump into the presentation and see what this new study on the 5-2 diet has got to offer. This is a review of a piece penned by Peter Doctoral on research out of the Queen Mary University of London, where they compared the 5-2 fasting diet to other popular diets. And there's a link in the description below to the article I used to put this presentation together. In the last decade, the 5-2 diet, which is the brainchild of Dr. Michael Mosley, has exploded in popularity, transforming the eating patterns of thousands of people seeking to lose weight. At its most basic, the Michael Mosley 5-2 system means you can eat what you want for 5 days a week, trying to still eat sensibly for those days, while on the other 2 days you restrict your calorie intake significantly, sometimes to just around 500 calories a day. While some research suggests intermittent fasting is no better than conventional dieting for weight loss, other kinds of experiments hint at significant benefits linked to time-restricted eating, including health benefits from fasting that might go well beyond dieting. Now, a new study led by researchers from the Queen Mary University of London in the UK has identified another reason why some people may want to consider the Michael Mosley 5-2 diet over other approaches. In what the researchers claim to be the first randomized evaluation of the 5-2 diet, the team studied 300 adults with obesity, each of whom were randomly assigned to one of 3 different kinds of weight loss interventions. In the experiment, 100 of the participants, that's 1/3 of the whole group, were given conventional weight management advice in a single session with a weight loss advisor, who provided the materials that explain things such as portion control, keeping a food diary, and tips on how to avoid unnecessary snacks. That's group 1. The second group of 100 participants, which was called the self-help group, had a different session in which they were too given advice on how to follow the Michael Mosley 5-2 diet during the experiment. They were also given a leaflet listing meal examples, and they were also given links to additional online support, but were otherwise left to try the diet by themselves without much additional extra assistance. The final 100 participants received similar advice and documentation on how to follow the 5-2 Michael Mosley diet, as did those in group 2, but were also enrolled in a series of group support sessions that ran for 6 weeks. These were aimed at helping them discuss their experiences on the diet with others. They were allowed to ask questions of the advisors and so on. The 3 groups of participants were then followed for 1 year. At the end of the year, each of the groups showed signs of moderate weight loss. 15% of the participants in group 1, the conventional advice group, lost at least 5% of their body weight, the primary outcome measurement of the study. The 2 groups of Michael Mosley dieters lost slightly more weight on average in terms of that measurement, with 18% of group 2, the self-help group, losing at least 5% of their body weight, compared to 28% of group 3, and that's the group support participants. Now, while all the groups did achieve moderate weight loss during the experiment, there was another key factor that came from the data. When compared against the participants who received conventional weight management advice, the 5-2 dieters rated their experience during the experiment more highly. In a survey about the experiment, the 5-2 dieters rated their interventions higher in terms of helpfulness than the conventional weight management advice group, and indicated they were more likely to recommend this type of diet to others. Feedback also showed the 5-2 dieters had more readiness to continue the diet after the experiment had ended, making it more of a lifestyle change as opposed to a diet. In essence, the Michael Mosley dieters appear to have an overall better time when trying to follow their weight management loss plan. Health psychologist Katie Myers-Smith from the Queen Mary University of London said, "Here, we've been able to provide the first results on the effectiveness of the simple 5-2 diet advice in a real-life setting. We found that although the 5-2 diet wasn't superior to traditional approaches in terms of weight loss, users preferred this approach as it was simpler and more attractive." According to the researchers, the weight loss efficacy of the Michael Mosley 5-2 regime seen in the study is about the same as other intermittent fasting studies. While 5-2 dieting doesn't seem to achieve better results compared to conventional weight management advice, the more favourable user ratings could be an important factor to consider for doctors advising real-world people who are struggling to lose weight. The researchers concluded that clinicians providing brief advice on weight management may consider recommending the 5-2 diet because the approach is not superior to the standard multimodal advice, but it is simpler and more attractive to users. Well, I hope you found that interesting or informative, hopefully both. I like to use the 16-8 protocol, where for 8 hours a day I eat as much whole food as I can, and then for 16 hours I completely fast, and luckily most of those 16 hours I am actually sleeping. Now, I've had friends and family who've tried diet plans such as Weight Watchers, where they're constantly prepping meals, counting calories and using things like calorie calculators to work out what they can and cannot eat. And for me, that's far too much like hard work. Food, as well as being fuel, should be a certain amount of fun, and they seem to be stressed out with working out how much calories or how many calories they can eat. The 5-2 diet goes some way away from that, but there are 2 days of the week where you are going to have to meticulously plan your diet and count the calories that you're eating. So for me, this diet's a non-starter. Let me know what you think of the study. Let me know what kind of diet you follow and whether you think the 5-2 diet has got better benefits or not. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. As always, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.